G'day, it's Mark here and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to do another update on the Bentley T1, 1967 Bentley T1. The Bentley's still hungry. Let's check it out. Still a bit under the weather. Just going to walk a few kilometres to pick up the Bentley. Probably part two, the Bentley's still hungry for my wallet. Had the suspension and the brakes done. That was over 10 grand, so it's expensive. And the starter motor was on the way out, and the power steering was noisy, and I was leaking some fuel. So I thought, well, I'm not spending all that money and then having a car that's still not really running right or operating properly. Plus, spewing fuel's not exactly safe. I had a new fuel pump fitted too. The bill this time is not so bad, but it's not cheap. Anyway, I'm going to have a walk and let's go and pick up the Bentley. So we're back in the Bentley and got the bill. It was about $3,700, something like that. I'd already paid $1,000 to order the new starter motor, so that's done. Also, electric fuel pump was put in to replace the mechanical pump because apparently they have a lot of problems with those. And so that was done. What else? Power steering was overhauled. I'll go through the bill in a bit more detail shortly. In terms of what's next, basically, I spoke to the mechanic. He said that the rubber bushings for the suspension need, replacing. He said it's something you can just do progressively. It's not urgent, so that's good. But he said there's two things that it needs. Carburetors need to be rebuilt. That's one of your priorities. He put a new needle and seat in, I think. But he said they need to be rebuilt properly. This car's been sitting a long, long time. This is the problem. It's been like my Cadillac Seville, where it just had bad or no service. And so the poor car just wasn't running properly. And this is actually driving really nicely. I don't like the wind noise there. What happened to quietness in the Rolls Royce? No wonder the 66 Galaxy or 65 LTD was quieter than a Rolls Royce in the ad. And they said the CV joints, the boots are kind of one's non-existent and they're very dry and they need to be done. CV, or the drive shaft I should say, and the joints there, the universal joints I guess, need to be done. And I said, oh, how much is that? He couldn't tell me. He's the mechanic, so fair enough. I'll speak to the owner of the business, but he said it's about a 2-day job. I thought, oh, geez, that doesn't sound too good. But as I keep saying, I just want the car to be mechanically really good. Cosmetically, I'll get Brian to have a go at it. It needs a new exhaust. I can hear it rattling under the car. Brian can do that. It's quite a complicated exhaust. It goes through these cross members and things. But anyway, we're making progress. Starter motor's done. The power steering has been fixed. And look, it didn't eat my wallet to the extent of the other bill. So I'm looking on the positive side of things. Maybe if you're a Bentley aficionado, you could let me know, the drive shaft, the universals, I guess, and if it needs those rubber boots replacing. They just said, look, they don't know how worn it is, whether it just needs to be greased and the boots replaced, or whether it actually needs to be replaced. So I don't know. Maybe give me the best case and worst case scenario from your point of view, including the cost, if you know roughly what that might look like, because I'm keen to understand. But anyway, that's the Bentley is still hungry, and bit of an update. Okay, Fortescue Mordecai Esquire. You can drive the Bentley in now. All right, so starter motor. Give a breakdown here. Was about $1,000. Oil filter, not the oil, just the filter, $135. Power steering seal, $98.50. That's not bad. 8.5 litres of oil, $124. Labour, $2,035. Replace pipe on valve at rear and fit seal on valve body at front. Replace oil filter and change engine oil. Remove fuel pump. Replace with a electric one. Remove power steering and rebuild. 3,732. Less $1,000 I'd already paid because I had to order the starter motor in. So anyway, in Bentley circles, that's probably not as bad as it could have been. So, you know what? I don't want to keep spending all this money on the car, but I know that I kind of have to spend some money on it because, as I said before, it's been neglected for such a long period of time, and you can't blame that on the car. The car's actually a very nice car to drive. Obviously needs some paint work here and there, some tidying up. Brian can do that, and he'll be able to make it look like $1 million, and hopefully I wouldn't have spent $1 million by the time I get to that point. But I love the car, drives really well, and really, really enjoy it. So I think it's worth it, and yeah, that's really all that matters, isn't it? At the end of the day, I wanted an early Bentley T1, and I've got one, so I'm just going to persevere with it. It already is nice to drive now, but I just want to make sure that I deal with any of the major issues. Funny when you compare it to something like the 280 SE. That was a fraction of the cost. It cost a bit more than the starter motor. Check out that video if you haven't already seen it. But and beautiful condition and beautiful engineering. The quality is fantastic. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed that episode on the Bentley T1. Please give the old Bentley a thumbs up. And tell your friends Fortescue and Mordecai and all those people to also give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a future episode. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.